Hello again and thank you for joining me for another lesson. Today we're going to discuss about the role of physical activity in weight loss. We've been conditioned to believe that exercise is an essential component, if not the most important component of every weight loss treatment. You know the drill. If you want to meet your New Year's weight loss goal, head to the gym and work as hard as you can. If you've been trying to lose weight for some time, surely you have been to gym classes where the trainers push you hard, you are sweating like you're in a sauna, you can barely catch your breath, and your whole body aches. For some people, that might be fun and pleasant even, but for the majority of people, including myself, that is simply torture. But people still go and put themselves through that because they believe it will help them lose weight. Because we are told by fitness magazine, gyms, food industry, fitness gurus, and even the government guidelines that the energy we burn each day is under our control. If we exercise more, we'll burn more calories and we burn fat. Well, yes, you can burn more calories, but it is not that simple. Your body is a clever and dynamic product of evolution that is adapting to changes in our lifestyle. In general, voluntary exercise, remember the difference between voluntary exercise and NEAT activities from the previous lesson. Voluntary exercise burns far too few calories to help with weight loss. And we also have a tendency to make up for those already few calories that we burn through exercise by eating more afterwards, moving less in general after a hard session at the gym, so decreasing the NEAT activities, or unintentionally reducing our metabolic operations to minimize the energy expenditure, especially if you follow a low calorie diet as well. And exercise, beside the fact that it increases your cravings for highly palatable foods, it also gives us a way of cheating on ourselves. Well, my Apple Watch says I've burned 500 calories today, so it's fine if I have an extra cookie or if I have an extra glass of wine. When researchers looked at the hunter-gatherer tribe in Tanzania, the Hasda tribe, they discovered that even though they are much more physically active than the people living in the industrialized countries, because they are always on the go, they are hunting and they are gathering for food, they burn roughly the same amount of calories like us, and they have no obesity or cardiovascular disease. So if you are relying only on exercise, and I mean voluntary exercise to lose weight, you won't get too far in reaching your goal. Please don't get me wrong, exercise is very important for your overall health and cardiovascular fitness, but when it comes to weight loss, it doesn't do that much. My advice to you here is this: if you enjoy going to the gym, you enjoy running, doing cardio, lifting weights, then please continue to do so. If you are a couch potato, don't feel pressured to join a gym and hit it hard because you will be disappointed most likely. Don't think you need to sweat and ache to get the benefits. We discussed this in the physical activity lesson as well. Find an activity or exercise that you like or it is easy for you to perform and stick with that for weight loss. Just like the saying goes, do something you love and you will never work a day in your life. The majority of your weight loss will come from adopting a healthy and balanced diet, managing your stress, getting enough sleep at the right time, cutting down on alcohol consumption, improving your gut health, and adopting a positive mindset. Having said that, it doesn't mean you can be a couch potato and watch the weight going down. You need to be physically active. But where I'm trying to get is, if you want to lose weight, rather than concentrating too much on voluntary exercise like going to the gym, Concentrate on increasing your NEAT activities by being more physically active in doing house chores. Walk more instead of taking the car to do errands. Do some gardening, cook, go fishing, play with your children, go out and explore, or do other activities that you enjoy. We need to start moving our bodies in a way that we enjoy, not in a way that hurts us or stresses us if we truly want to make a positive change in our lifestyle. I have a list of household activities and hobbies in a PDF format that you can download and see an approximation of how many calories you burn just by doing things you normally do around the house. The same as with the study about the hotel room attendants that we discussed in the mindset lesson. We know that finding the time to go to the gym is very hard in our busy lives, so this gives you a way of being physically active without sacrificing your precious time. These are things that you do anyway most days. When you clean the house, just put a bit more elbow grease. When you cook, put on some music and do some dance moves for a kick in the calories you burn. And this will be way more beneficial to you than sweating in a gym and worrying that you don't have time to exercise. For any physical activity or exercise that you do, be very clear and specific about what you want to achieve. How will you measure success? Don't just follow blindly random people on TikTok or Facebook. For example, if you want to lose weight, forget about the gym. Concentrate on increasing your NEAT activities. Walk or do any activity that you like. If you want to build muscles, to preserve your muscles, to increase your strength, or to tone up a flaccid body, then you need to lift some weights or do some exercises using your body weight. If you want to increase or maintain your joint mobility, do exercises that have a wide range of movement that target the problematic joints. If you want to increase your cardiovascular fitness so you don't run out of breath when you go up a flight of stairs, then you need to do some cardio exercises. If you want to manage your stress, any physical activity that involves some physical effort will do the trick. The list can go on and on. Just be clear on what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve more things at once, then I suggest you only pick the one that is the most important to you and work on that first. The rest can come later. And please don't rely on smartwatches to tell you how many calories you have burned. Smartwatches can have a margin of error between 20 and 60% depending on the watch. So think in terms of benefits you are getting from the exercise rather than calories you burn. I said earlier that voluntary exercise doesn't necessarily help you lose weight, but it can help you slim down that waist. And I don't mean you will have a visible six-pack, I mean literally reducing the size of your waist. If you remember from the previous lesson, we have two types of fat, the subcutaneous fat that lies beneath our skin, and we have the visceral fat that lies deep inside the abdomen and it pushes our belly outwards. If you want to burn visceral fat, then research suggests that cardio workouts are good at achieving that even without being in a calorie deficit or actually losing any weight. Losing weight by being in a calorie deficit will burn visceral fat as well, but the main takeaway here is that even when you are not in a calorie deficit and you are not losing weight, cardio workouts will still burn visceral fat, remember, and slim down the waist. Resistance training or lifting weights doesn't have the same effect, neither doing crunches and other abdominal exercises. Abdominal exercises help you strengthen your core muscles and make them bigger, but don't actually burn any fat or give you a six-pack. Remember what I said earlier, when doing any exercises, be very clear on what you want to achieve and don't track your progress with the scales, but with a measuring tape. How much cardio should you do? Research shows that 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to high intensity cardio a day is enough to see results in your waistline without changes in your diet. Now, cardio workouts can have different meaning to different people. Usually when we think about cardio, we think about running, about gym classes, gym bikes, or rowing machines, or other crazy exercises we see on TV, usually performed by slim people. Many activities qualify as cardio. Cardio means any exercise that it increases your heart rate. A brisk walk is cardio, doing jumping jacks is cardio, cleaning and vacuum is cardio, hiking, going up a hill on the street or in the park, taking the stairs, gardening, playing tennis, airboxing, carrying heavy bags of groceries. They are all cardio. So cardio is not hard to fit into your daily activities. Now, I want you to imagine a person who weighs 20 stones with a sedentary lifestyle, so his cardiovascular fitness isn't great. This person is going up a flight of stairs or two as fast as he can. For that person, that flight of stairs is a significant amount of cardio, but for myself that I'm slim and fit, it's nothing. So the intensity of the cardio workout will depend on the person doing it and his level of experience. So for the obese person, the flight of stairs will likely be moderate to high intensity cardio, and for me will be low intensity. So please don't compare yourself with anyone. Just do your best based on your current fitness level and your experience, and slowly improve. We all heard this. If you want to increase your metabolism, you need to build muscles because muscles burn more calories. This is true, but not by much. Every tissue in the body burns calories in order to function. So 1 gram of fat burns around 4 calories a day, while 1 gram of muscles burns around 12 calories per day. Let's say you manage to lose 10 kilograms of fat and build 10 kilograms of muscles. This will only translate in 80 calories extra burned per day. But in order to build those 10 kilograms of muscles, you need to work hard at least 1.5 to 2 years. So please don't listen to everything you hear from fitness gurus and social media influencers. Don't get me wrong. Preserving your muscles and strength is very important, but you don't need to kill yourself in the gym to do that. You can very well shape your body and build muscles in the comfort of your own home, doing some quick exercises using body weights and building healthy habits. Obviously, if you want to be ripped and build a lot of muscles to show off on the beach, then you should head to the gym and train as hard as you can. I am sure you heard this a lot. Fasted cardio or fasted exercise burns more fat. In part, this is true. Exercising on an empty stomach burns more fat in the short term. But here is where the misinterpretation comes in. Burning more fat in the short term doesn't necessarily translate to losing more body fat in the long term, because if you are storing the same amount of fat as you're burning, then you won't lose any weight. Total energy balance over time still remains the crucial factor for weight loss, meaning you need to eat less calories than you are burning. If you're happy to work out first thing in the morning and it works for you, then that's fine. Go ahead, but don't do it just because you think it's going to burn more fat or help you lose more weight. Best time to do your exercises is when you actually have time for it. Slow weight loss versus fast weight loss, which is better? If you ever watched the show The Biggest Loser, that is the definition of rapid weight loss. The participants are given a low-calorie diet and they are pushed beyond their limits in terms of physical activity, and they achieve significant weight loss in a short period of time. And that is what most people imagine weight loss should look like. The problem with low-calorie diets and a lot of exercise is that while you lose weight, you also lose a significant amount of muscles too. You can lose anywhere between 10 and 25% of your lean muscle mass. This approach is not sustainable in the long term. What happens when you have less energy to exercise because you lost so much muscle mass? You start putting the weight back in slowly. Now, when you lost weight initially, you lost fat, water, and muscles, but when you put it back, it's mostly fat. So weight cycling is not good for you. You want to make small changes, build healthy habits and behaviors over the course of time. This will be your new way of life. You will learn how to be a healthy and lean person and stay that way. No more losing weight in the short term just to gain it back shortly after. Losing weight gradually will preserve more of your muscle mass and will have a less impact on your resting metabolic rate. While trying to lose weight, you want to make sure that you preserve your muscle mass as much as possible. So make sure you eat enough proteins. You can go up to 2 grams of proteins per kilogram of body weight and lift some weights or do some sort of resistance training like push-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups, and so on. And this concludes our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time.